Tafa versus Tuco Tokkos. Let's get into it. Okay, I wasn't aware that Junior Tafa was actually dropping down to light heavyweight. That's an interesting development because I genuinely did feel like Junior Tafa was a little bit undersized at heavyweight. So the mere fact that he is dropping down to light heavyweight is a really interesting development, right? Tuco Tokos, he showed he has a chin. He showed he's trying to improve. But who was he fighting? Let me actually check his because I remember he lost to Omar. I mean, was it Omar Sai? Yeah, I think it was Omar Sai. And Omar Sai is he's one of the most disappointing prospects in light heavyweight recent history at the very least, as far as I'm concerned. So losing to Omar Sai is kind of embarrassing at this point. Um, and I get that. I get that. Let me see. Shosho Megik. I can't ever bet on a Tafa again, and definitely not at -150. I get you. Rene, there is a lot. Sorry, man, but Tafa sucks and is overrated. Fighting a grappler here. Oof. Okay, I'll get to that. But I mean, Tuco Tokos went to a decision with Sterling, Navajo Sterling, and I get that you can say whatever it is that you like about Navajo's, but I just feel like city kickboxing guys are decision the decision merchants basically. You know, they hardly ever finish fights. You know, they will occasionally get a knockout here, get a knockout there, but they are not necessarily known for their finishing abilities. They are actually point fighters. They fight to actually get a decision. So I get that a lot of people are giving credit to Tuco Tokos for actually getting to a decision with Navajo Sterling, and maybe he has a chin. Who knows? But he lost to Omar Sai. I mean, that's humiliating to be honest. But I mean, I think if I remember correctly, he was coming in on short notice. So maybe um, I'm too harsh on him for that particular performance, especially considering that I think he came in on short notice, right? So maybe he does have a chin, and maybe I'm going to respond to everyone once I'm done. Maybe he does have a chin, right? But at this particular point in time, I haven't seen anything special from Tuco Tokos except that he can take a punch. I don't think he's going to be able to take a punch from Junior Tafa. However, Junior Tafa is terrible. Junior Tafa is so terrible, man. Like, I've been arguing with myself. Why are you picking this guy? Why? But in all honesty, he's going down a weight. Um, I think that shows a little bit more discipline. Um, man, I'm sitting here trying to justify my pick, and Junior Tafa is so bad, man. Like Justin Tafa is equally bad, but Junior Tafa is honestly a lot worse, you know. But it's not. Tuco Toko's lost to Omar Sai, guys. Like Omar Sai lost to Alonzo Manifield via decision. Like, do you understand how horrible that is? Man, like it's hard for me to actually decide who to go with in this particular fight, man. I don't think Tuco Tokos is going to be able to take Junior Tafa's punch, but and on top of that, I get that Junior Tafa had bad cardio at heavyweight. Oof. You know what? Let me actually see. I don't know, man. Look at Kevin Holland, right? Let's use Kevin Holland as an example. Kevin Holland has horrible, horrible takedown defense at middleweight. Why? Because he's fighting people heavier than him, right? Like that's what. And then when he goes to welterweight, Kevin Holland becomes this average or decent fighter, right? So I don't know. I've always been saying that I feel like, and I think if you remember, if I've been streaming, I think during one of my streams I've said that I feel like Junior Tafa should be fighting a light heavyweight. And the mere fact that he's actually dropping down to light heavyweight, it gives me confidence, not just in the fact that he'll be fighting people his size, but it also gives me confidence in the fact that he is probably working, or rather working on his, I don't know, he's actually training because normally heavyweights don't cut weight. They never want to cut weight, even when they're losing at heavyweight. It's really, really hard to actually imagine which other heavyweight has ever moved down and moved down successfully. Please remind me, in recent memory, apart from DC, who's the other heavyweight who moved down and had success? Um, I forgot, but still, it's hard to actually see a heavyweight move down and not have success because normally when a heavyweight moves down, it means they're actually putting a bit of effort into their career. And I feel like Junior Tafa is going to move down with his power, right? The few people that I can remember right now who have moved from heavyweight and got more success as they went down, people like Jerry Cannon, yeah, people like obviously DC. I don't feel like I should be counting DC, but still DC. You know, I can't just at the top of my head, I can't remember a lot of heavyweights who've been moving down. But I remember there's one. There was this white guy who was trash at heavyweight, and then at light heavyweight he was a little bit better. I forgot his name, but still, I don't know. It gives me a little bit more confidence because I feel like Junior Tafa's horrible takedown, and it's not that horrible. I mean, Junior Tafa has a 77% takedown defense. It's not that bad. And in all honesty, I would attribute it to the fact that he was fighting people heavier than him, similar to Kevin Holland. At middleweight, Kevin Holland is trash, has horrible takedown defense, but at welterweight, he can defend takedowns easily. And Tuco Tokkos is not a special wrestler. He's not a special fighter. So I'm not gonna sit here and say, yeah, Tuco Tokkos is going to be like this incredible marauder is going to come in there and just rob him. I don't see that happening, to be honest. Tuco Tokkos is very durable, but I just feel like if Junior Tafa can actually touch him, it's gonna be a really serious problem. The only issue is, will his cardio hold up? But I genuinely do feel like his cardio is going to hold up because he has to cut to light heavyweight. So it means that some effort has to go into his training, right? So let's go into the technicalities of it. First of all, let's look at striking. As far as reach, Tuco Tokos has a 1 inch reach advantage. I don't think that's going to matter. He's probably going to shoot immediately. Um, Junior Tafa has a 100% finishing rate. Tuco Tokos has an 80% finishing rate. Volume, Junior Tafa throws a little bit more than Tuco Tokos. Striking wise, Tuco Tokos has horrible striking defense, but it could be because he was fighting Navajo Sterling, who's a point fighter, and was touching him up. So, maybe his striking defense is not that terrible against the Tafa. Um, Technical striking ability, I generally don't know who to give it to, but because of power, I'll just say the striking advantage will go to Junior Tafa, but none of them are really technical, like in any way, shape, or form. But I'm going to give the advantage to Junior Tafa because of the knockout power. I also the thing about the move to light heavyweight is that I don't know how he's going to perform after cutting weight, right? I don't know how his cardio is going to be because in the second round he looked horrible. I can't remember who he was fighting, but he looked horrible in that particular fight. His cardio didn't look that great. So let's just say I'm giving the cardio advantage to Tuco Tokkos. But as far as him being able to take a punch, I don't think he's going to be able to take Junior Tafa's punch. The the only way I see Junior Tafa actually losing this is if he gets out wrestled, which is highly possible. But I'm still going to hold out hope because I feel like his move to light heavyweight might actually allow him to be able to defend takedowns. Because, like I said, Junior Tafa's takedown defense is 77%, and when you consider the people that were taking him down were significantly heavier than he was, for me personally, that counts. And that's why I keep on going back to Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland is terrible at middleweight, but at welterweight, Kevin Holland is pretty decent, right? So I don't blame anyone who's going for Tuco Tokos. He's probably going to win, to be honest. He probably is going to have a cardio advantage, a wrestling advantage, and which is a kryptonite for Junior Tafa based on what I've seen. But my thing is, Junior Tafa has that lightning in a punch, right? And he can knock him out. And he's moving down, so his cardio might be improving because he probably is making an effort to cut weight. And no heavyweight is going to cut weight without making an effort to actually train, right? So he's actually intended to cut weight, which means he's putting a little bit more effort into his career. Cardio might be better, takedown defense might be better because you're not defending against heavyweights when you are naturally a light heavyweight. So it should be interesting. I'm going with Junior Tafa, man. I mean, Tuco Tokos, with everything that I've just said, he might have the cardio advantage. He might have the wrestling. He lost to Omar Sy. I know that if I remember correctly, it was on short notice, but still, I can't defend that, to be honest. And Junior Tafa has a 77% finishing, but again, 77% takedown defense. It's not terrible. And I would reiterate, I attribute this to the fact that he's been fighting people heavier than him. So obviously they are going to be able to take him down easily. Kevin Holland, example. So yeah, my subscribers and I are going with Junior Tafa. I I won't be surprised if Tuco Tokos wins, but I'm sticking with Junior Tafa, man. Um, Shoshat McGee. I can never bet on a Tafa again, and definitely not at minus 150. I get you. Rene Dereslo, sorry man. I think I replied to these. Bomboclad, Jogwani gets smoked. Possible, possible. Rene Dereslo, I bet the Tuco Tokos at plus 150, 145. Okay, that's pretty decent. I think he could win, man. Um, big Ang MMA don't like that. Don't like that. Tacos God subbed by Sai. I'm with you. I'm with you there. Tafa looks in shape at the light heavyweight. Should see him get a KO. I feel that way too. Shoshat McGee. Junior needs a KO round one. Cooked. Plus he has terrible hands, but is just willing to trade. Okay, I hear you. Rina Vereslo Tafa was repeatedly taken down by Mo Usman and Blob. Big Ang MMA. Pretty sure Zhang KO Tacos. Okay, but Zhang is pretty decent to be honest. Shoshat McGee Tafa only throws overhands and has zero footwork and range management. Okay, fair. Big Ang MMA Justin is way worse than Junior. I don't know, man. I feel like Justin is a little bit better. Um, Elijah Young Blood, number one crown. Tafa is looking lean. He won in my parlay though. Yeah, like it's a risky one to be honest. Rene the Lord Omar Sai would kill Tafa. Both of them would gas out and just pass out in the second round. Renee there is a lot. I think Sai does the same thing to Tafa as he did to Tokos. I don't know, man. That's why I say I do feel like I do feel like Tafa has been fighting people significantly heavier than him. Tuco Tokkos has a 33% takedown defense. So it's not surprising that Omasai actually did that to him. But still, I get it. I get where you're coming from. But Junior Tava has a 77% takedown defense. So that's pretty decent compared to 33%. So, but maybe that could only be because he's been fighting people like it's because of the fight with Omar Sai. But still, I've seen a couple of his fights. His takedown defense is not particularly that great. Um, I don't know. I don't know, man. And I definitely don't like wrestlers who don't have good takedown defense because it shows a hole in their wrestling abilities, right? And which makes them more likely to be reversed. And I'm not saying that Junior Tafa is going to be reversing anyone. I'm just saying it's gonna be a lot more difficult to actually take him down. I think, but I guess we'll see. I'll take my L live. I'll be here to take my L if I'm wrong. Shashan McGee, top of his chin and cardio will be even worse because you know they are doing the weight cut wrong. Damn. Okay, but we're glad Togo's gone. Fuck around and beat Tafa. I wouldn't want to bet on that fight. I'm not gonna blame anyone who goes with Tuco Tokos or decides actually not to stay away from this one. I mean, I would advise that as well. Shoshan McGee Tafa will go into cardiac arrest. Big Ang think it's only been DC, but we've seen Jared Cannonier go from light heavyweight to middleweight and do better. I think he was at heavyweight at some point as well. Shoshan McGee Tafa probably just wanders the outback to cut weight. Tafa gets into fights to spar. Tafa, Tafa to the hitchhike to his last UFC fight. What are you saying? What's wrong with you? The Netherlands law, the dude, Piggy Shan Sharaf nearly finished Tafa. I mean, the Netherlands law, sloppy ass fight. I hear you, man. Jojo Tafa is a quitter, gets tired and crows up. I mean, he looked like a dog in that particular fight, but it was a war of nutrition, basically. I mean, I'm not gonna defend him at this point. I'm just making my case for picking him, though. Like, I'm not gonna defend. And I did say that I could see Tuco Tokkos actually winning this fight. He seems like he's more of a dog and he has better cardio, but we haven't seen Junior Tafa at lightweight, at light heavyweight, and he seems like he's a bit in shape, but until we see his performance, we can't really say how he's going to look, right? But yeah, we'll see. I'll be live for that. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. These streams are always longer than I anticipate they will be, um, which is a sign that we're growing. Um, I love and appreciate all of you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you want to watch the lives, turn on the notification or always keep on checking, especially early in the morning or in the afternoon, depending on when you're from or where you're from. For example, in terms of in the United States, by the time it's morning, I've already scheduled my lives. So if you're in the United States, I've already scheduled my lives. If you are in the UK, my by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, I've already scheduled my lives. If you are in Africa, yeah, by 9 o'clock. Similarly, by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I've already scheduled my lives. So just check your time zones, and Yeah, make sure that you turn on the notification bell if you want to join the lives because I heard Elijah Youngboy actually asking which other fights I'm going to be breaking down. So always make sure that you check the lives and turn on the notification bell, or press notify me in the live section if you want to join me live. I break down every single day, every single fight on the card. And the breakdowns are the for previous fights are already available if you want to rewatch them on the live section of the channel. Shoshot McGee, the Tafas are the Brazilian, Australian. And on that note, I love and appreciate all of you. Until tomorrow, deuces.